Hi friends, welcome to another episode of our YouTube channel. Mm, Today has some special. Guess what it is? Yes, World's Intellectual Property Rights Day, which was celebrated on April 26. Intellectual property rights. What is mean by intellectual property? What is intellectual and what is physical? So let me explain with a neat example. Do you watch the movie of Asuran from Tamil? What is the message of it? Okay, let me explain. Actually, whatever we earn, suppose I earn some money or some properties, suppose I'm having some bunch of fruits or 2 3 pens, so that can be stolen by some other people. That means some people come, they will take it from me. But if I have a knowledge, so that cannot be taken by others. That is called intellectual property. That means suppose I'm having intellectual property, how to protect my right? What is my right? That's called intellectual property rights. I hope you have some idea now. So now, without having any delay, we will start our session. So in this session, we are going to discuss what is mean by patent, what is mean by copyright, trademarks, and how to claim our patent, how to claim our copyrights, what should be the criteria, what are the conditions. That all things I'm going to discuss today. So let's start our session. What is intellectual property? It is the creation of mind. Then what comes under creations? Creation can be invention, or it can be artistic work, or it can be design, or it can be literary work. And some people have a good knowledge in design, like logos and images, so and names, institutional names. So these all comes under creative minds. So that in turn known as intellectual properties. So now we will see what is the difference between intellectual property and physical properties. One by one. First, let me explain about what is physical properties. So as the name it indicates, physical means it can be available in physical nature. So that's why these properties are called tangible. And these physical properties can be owned by private people or government people. And when compared to intellectual properties, physical properties have some limit. Suppose I'm having a one building, so that has the property rights in that particular area only. I cannot go for some other country, I cannot claim that physical properties. So this is about physical properties. What is intellectual properties? As I mentioned earlier, it is the creation of mind. That means it comes under the intangible things. So that means it's owned by the individual person. So because it is intellectual property, and there is no limit as like physical properties. So intellectual property means if I design one thing, means it can be applicable in entire world. That means there is no end for our creation, our creativity, or our imaginations. So that is the main basic difference between intellectual both property intellectual and properties and physical properties have some similarities. That means suppose I want to sell my building, so I can sell. At the same time, I can also sell my product, that is intellectual property, to some other people. That means it can be transferable, and it can be transferred to some other people, or it can be sold by some individual people to some organization. So that is the similarity between intellectual properties and the physical. Our next question is like, what is the importance or what is the uses of these intellectual properties? First thing is it motivates the intellectual people uh, to think out of the box and having more innovations. And second thing is it creates the wealth in the society. And third thing is people can benefit the products with cheaper and valuable from these intellectual properties. Before discussing what are the classification of intellectual properties, let me explain about what is the criteria or how what is the selection criteria for claiming our patent. Suppose I want to claim on patent, so what criteria I should follow? First, it should be novel. That means it should be very innovative. It's not exist before as it. And second one is it is non-obvious. Suppose some people created one equipment, okay, then I change the color, Now I applied for the patent. No, it's not comes under patentable. That means it's a non-obvious. It cannot be changed the color or physical appearance. And third one, it should be very useful and cannot create any harm to the human beings or animals. These three things are has to be followed before claiming our patent. Classification of intellectual properties. This can be classified into industrial properties and copyrights. Patents, trademarks, industrial design comes under industrial properties. Literary and artistic works comes under copyrights. That means we cannot patent literary and artistic works. We came to know what is the criteria for applying patentable. Now we will see what not comes under patentable. Okay, that means these are the things cannot be patented. First one is contrary to well established natural laws. So whatever the laws we are having, so against to these laws we cannot claim the patent. The second thing is serious prejudice to the human being or animals, that cannot be patentable. And third thing is a method of agriculture or horticulture. Suppose if we find any method for in case of agriculture and horticulture, that cannot be patentable. And any process that can be curable, that can be medical purpose for the well-being of human beings or animals, that cannot be patented. Suppose uh, uh, take the example of a COVID-19 vaccine. So what are the process they have identified, that cannot be patented, but they can be patented the vaccine, because vaccine is a product. Okay, keep in mind that vaccine is a product we can patent. That's why like countries are patented the vaccine, but they cannot patent the process, the manufacturing process. So that means these intellectual properties are the new schemes they have produced. I mean, many laws has to be changed. A lot of changes has to be taken place in case of intellectual property rights by the World Trade Organization. And also traditional knowledge also cannot be patentable. A presentation of information cannot be patentable. Cinematographic works, atomic energy, inventions prejudice to interest of security of India, that also cannot be patented. And we cannot duplicate or rearrange the things and cannot be patented. What is the procedure for applying the patent? First we have to fill the application, and then so every patent there will be one patent examiner will be there. So he will give us some queries, like any queries are there. Suppose you want to know what is the method they have used, what is the procedure and all. For that they will take 15 to 18 months for processing the patent. After everything is okay, then examiner will accept. After acceptance, like this will be given to the public. That means they will wait for any opposition. Suppose this method is already exist, means they can claim. So after that these things will be taken in 4 months. If there is no reply from anyone, then they can accept for the patent, otherwise it can be rejected. So far we have discussed what is intellectual properties, the difference between physical properties and intellectual properties, how to claim, and what is the benefits and what are the similarities, and what not comes under patentable. I hope you will be benefited, or you came to know such things like patents and all things on the occasion of International Intellectual Property Rights Day, April 26. And in next lecture, next episode, I'm going to discuss about, as said earlier, physical properties can be transferred. Suppose I have my own buildings or my properties, but I want to transfer to my next generation. That means I can sell or I can transfer. As same that industrial properties also can be transferable. So that I will explain in the next video, how to give my copyrights, how to give my patents to some other organizations or institutions, how this COVID vaccine can be licensed or it can be assigned. So all these things I will be discussed, I'm going to discuss in the next video, because if I discuss all these things in this video, it will be very lengthy, that I don't want it. Hope you will be benefited, and thank you for watching my this video on this particular day. This is very useful for the research people as well as every person, because intellectual property rights as emerging what we can say, it's a scheme, or it can explain the what how can protect our rights, or how can protect our intellectual properties by using the organizations and laws. Finally, be safe and healthy. Don't forget to wear the mask whenever you are going outside, and please like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.